Welcome back to a rapid fire breakdown with the P-Dub Nation. Yesterday was a little bit of a bumpy Monday. We did have some good reads there going on in the MLB, some props as well. We'll touch on all of it. We'll give you guys some recaps. We got 4 baseball games going on today and an MLB free bet for you guys. Scott, how we doing? A little bit of a shaky Monday after a monster Sunday.
Yeah, I needed 2 cups of coffee this morning to wake my ass up after I got a little beat up yesterday. 0-2 Monday premium side. I trusted the Dolphins with Huntley yesterday, and that definitely was the wrong side. The thing about us, you're going to get us transparent one way or another. We did have the right read. Both. I mean, we talked about it yesterday. The over in that Seahawks-Lions game got a little too cute yesterday, so I ended up putting the Fins in a teaser with that over. I went away from my first instinct. I was on the over, and then I went to the teaser either way, and then we had the Dolphins on the money line. So 0-2 yesterday after winning 7 straight. That's 2 weeks in a row. 6-0 Sunday. Get molly-whopped on Monday, bounce back on Thursday, so I expect a strong bounce back on Thursday.
Yeah, hopefully we get there with that. Some of those props. If you guys tailed the both QBs to go over 300 yards, we were 8 yards short on Jared Goff, and who knows, maybe we get it if Amon-Ra doesn't throw the touchdown pass to him. But I hope you guys took those quarterback passing yards over. Both those cash. Geno, I mean, flew way over his alt lines. Even the plus 500 over 350. Big game for Geno Smith. Just couldn't get the money there.
Bro, he looked good. I mean, I was definitely wrong on the under 23.5 completions. Holy, he smoked that line too. We gave you a winner. I gave you a winner with the Huntley under 24.5 pass attempts, and I was on the wrong side of your boy Will Levis in the tent. I had the over on the rush yards there. Honestly, I was upset when he got hurt. I'd rather have Levis at QB when I'm on the Dolphins than Mason Rudolph. I like Rudolph, honestly.
I agree. I mean, he's had, some bad Pittsburgh offenses that he's been thrown into over the years. And as bad as this Tennessee offense is, it is an upgrade as far as weapons to work with compared to what they got. And ironic that Will Levis going for your rushing yards prop, he hurt the shoulder diving on a rush. So he was trying to help you out there, trying to get there, but banged it up.
Whatever. It's all good. But I mean, the Titans are a better look now with if he's out for a couple of weeks, which I don't know the status of him. They're a better look with Rudolph, in my opinion.
So that's some of what went down on Monday Night Football, guys. Going to take the rest of the show, talk about baseball going on today. But before we dive into the 4 games today, let's touch on what we witnessed yesterday. That was one of the craziest baseball games in the game 1 of that doubleheader I have seen in a minute. We saw that with Braves dominating for the first 7 innings. Shout out Schwellenbach. He pitched beautiful. Bullpen comes in, blows it, 6-run 8th, right back and answered by the Braves, 4-run bottom of the 8th. They take the lead, and then Francisco Lindor goes deep in the 9th. Crazy baseball game to set us up for a fun October of playoff baseball. Scott, I know you're going to the game for the Padres tonight. I mean, it's got to be good energy and exciting to see. I mean, love playoff baseball.
Dude, I'm so excited. I thought I had tickets tonight. I have tickets for tomorrow game too. So when they close it out tomorrow, I'll be there for the closeout and they can move on to the division series. But yeah, what a game. Ben, why don't you talk about, I got a text from Ben maybe with a sprinkle on the Braves money line plus 1,100 live as they go down. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, guys, I took a shot off the Braves. I mean, with the Mets are the Mets. We talked about it yesterday. They always choke, right? So they take the lead, and I know what was going to happen. So I take plus 1,100 on Atlanta to answer back. I threw $50 on it, a little bit of like 2.2 units to get going there. Didn't matter. They take the lead. My cash out was like 507 on a $50 ticket. Probably should have taken the cash out, not to get too greedy. And the next thing you know, Francisco Lindor ruins my hopes and dreams there. But crazy game nonetheless.
A lot of fun. That's the way to start the playoffs. And then, as expected, like we talked about yesterday, split was expected in the 2-game set yesterday. Braves are in, Mets are in, D-backs are out. That's the only thing you could expect. The line was like minus 525 at close or so for the Braves in game 2, as expected. Did go down with the Sale scratch late, that's kind of crazy. What's his status? You know his status?
Apparently he's unexpected to pitch in the wild card. Right now it looks like they're trying to figure out who's going to go tonight. Still hasn't been announced yet. It's going to be either Ian Anderson, Elder, or Smith Shawver is who they're looking at for the game 1 start. Then they're looking at Max Fried, who's going to be on regular rest for game 2. And then Ronaldo Lopez for game 3. Lopez pitched on Saturday, and then he came out for an inning of relief in the second game yesterday. So we'll be interested to see if he goes. But as of right now, that's how it looks like. One of those 3 guys for game 1, Fried for game 2, and Ronaldo Lopez for game 3. Unless they decide to bump up Fried today to Ronaldo for game 2 and hope to get Sale back for game 3. But looks like they're going to sit him out with the back spasms.
Yeah, tough spot. We'll talk about that here in a second for the Braves. A tough travel spot, tough pitching spot. Braves are in a tough situation. But we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go through these 4 games. So we'll start with the top game on the card coming up here. Astros against the Tigers. A lot of baseball fans, not bettors, but fans hate the day playoff games. No other sport really does it. A Tuesday, 2:30 Eastern game here. But I know bettors love it. Have some action early in the day. Great pitching matchup. Skubal versus Valdez. Both pitchers obviously coming off great seasons. Skubal, the AL Triple Crown winner. Gotta love what you're seeing. For me, this is my issue with this. It is just a night and day experience. You don't have a team with least playoff experience than this Tigers team. You don't have a team with more playoff experience than this Astros team on their home field. And that goes for the pitchers as well. Framber Valdez has pitched in so many big moments in his career. And this is going to be Skubal's first career postseason start in a very hostile environment. So just like on experience factor alone, I have to lean here to the Astros personally.
I'm excited to watch the Tigers play, to be honest. I mean, the city's rallying around them. Nobody expected them to be here. They don't have a superstar on their roster. I mean, outside of Skubal. I mean, I'm excited to watch this game. I think I'm not going to tell you where I'm leaning, but I'm leaning heavily in one way. But yes, you can set it more perfectly. Tigers, no experience. Astros, ton of experience. Who wins the battle here? I mean, should be it's a good way to kick off the playoffs.
Yeah, can the Cy Young winner steal a game against the Houston Astros? That'll be the question here. Next,
just on that note, the total sitting at 6. 6. Low total here for the playoffs, as expected. I mean, the totals are going to decrease in the number in the playoffs, but wow, 6 is a real low number. We're gonna have a tight ball game here.
Yeah, it should be a lot of that in these game ones with a lot of aces on the bump. Story stays the same in this other game 2 matchup, Orioles versus Kansas City. Another similar price that we saw in that game, about 145 to 155, depending on your book. Burns versus Reagans in this one. Shout out to the Royals, in addition to the Tigers, for just being in this. I mean, 3 AL Central teams in the playoffs, kind of unheard of. Royals, one of the worst teams in baseball last year, bottom 3 in record. Big jump this season. They did go cold down the stretch. You have some playoff experience here for Burns. Really roughed up last year against the D-backs. Had some good starts prior to that. And Reagan's not a good history against Baltimore. So going to be an interesting matchup here. But both these teams kind of went cold down the stretch. Royals almost fell out of the playoff picture entirely. Orioles, they were in a battle with the Yankees for the division. They fell off as well. So who can get back on track today?
Yeah, Royals finished the season 4-9. Super concerned there. But I like this Royals team. They're scrappy. They do what they have to do to win the ball game. Similar to the Tigers there, these small market teams. Baltimore coming in 7-3 last 10, yes, but they did have a rough patch early September. So it looks like they're back on track. They're at home, but I'm not a fan of Burns. I mean, overrated. Yes, his stats may look okay, but when you put him in big spots, I don't know. I don't got confidence in the guy. Just like you said, last year against the D-backs got roughed up. My lean here, Kansas City on the road. That's my lean here. Plus, what is it? Plus 130. I like the spot. Reagans. I like him as a pitcher. Bobby Witt, true leader on that team, makes things happen. Stolen bases. I think they're going to give Baltimore some problems today.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, some of those key bats for the Orioles really went cold down the stretch. Rutschman and Henderson, we'll see if that continues. I mean, don't get me wrong, the rookie and Kauser or Santander career years, they took care of business. But the Orioles lineup, not as scary as it might have been in April and or May. Lean to Kansas City as well. And a quick rapid-fire question for you on this. Bobby Witt, Gunnar Henderson, who do you prefer in that 2 young shortstop battle right there?
Bobby Witt, baby. I mean, anybody that can make things happen in all facets of the game, I'm gonna back. I love Bobby Witt. I love his defense. I mean, Rutschman's he's a good catcher as well. But I love him on defense. I love his speed. I love the way he makes things happen. Give me Bobby Witt all day.
Yeah, Bobby Witt, absolute stud. That's the 2 AL games we have for you guys. We have 2 NL matchups. Obviously, both the teams going in these, coming off that doubleheader yesterday, Mets and the Braves in the 2 games. Mets and Brewers, though, we have coming up first, 5:30 Eastern game, Severino versus Peralta. They just played this past weekend. Mets could have made this doubleheader a bit less stressful. They took care of business. They really didn't. The Brewers kind of have their number 11-2 over the last 2 seasons. Severino, though, guy with playoff experience, pitched pretty well down the stretch. And Peralta, his innings kind of went down a little bit. Some 4-inning, 5-inning starts for the month of September. Is that because of fatigue throughout the season, or is that more for preparation, saving the arm for the playoffs? 2 different ways to kind of look at that with that matchup. But tough game either way for the Mets and the Braves today. I will say, I do lean the Mets. Don't love the ownership. Don't want to bust it. But do think they're in a lot better position than Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, Mets are in a tough spot. 7 straight days on the road, and they've got three games set here. Let me just remind you guys, the wild card's a 3-game series. So 2 out of 3, and they're staying in the home ballpark.
Yep.
So all 3 games are going to be in Milwaukee if it goes 3. Mets in a tough spot. But I do like Sevy. If you're going to ask me who I lean from a pitching perspective, I lean Sevy here over Peralta, especially with the experience there. But the Mets, as you stated yesterday, choke artists historically come through clutch yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Are they turning the corner? Are they turning the corner? We'll find out later today.
Yeah, big run for the Mets to be in this position. And Brewers, really, I mean, this is the most consistent team all season long. Clinched that playoff spot very early, dominated the NL Central. So have they had the foot off the gas a little too long? And the Mets, obviously, they had to push on it down the stretch. Age-old question, rust versus rest. Some people like to go on that debate. And really, in the playoffs, last couple of years, one season, teams with the buys, everything else, it's been rust that's been a problem. The rest hasn't been. So we'll see if that continues today. And this final game, this is where your guys' free bet is coming, Padres and the Braves. This is rust versus rest at its finest. I mean, you have this Padres team who's been kind of chilling, and Atlanta, they had 2 big games yesterday they needed. Their 2 top relievers, Jimenez and Iglesias, used in both games yesterday. Obviously, all the star players had to play in both games. Tough spot, and then you add in a cross-country travel, Scott.
Yeah, you got it could be a more tough spot for the Braves today. I mean, like you said, sweaty games yesterday. Then they got to go. We got to get in a plane. They got to fly to San Diego. And then, let me tell you guys from personal experience, if you've never been to Petco Park, the place is electric. And that place is going to be on fire for the Padres today. There's so much excitement in Southern California for the Padres right now. I'm going to the game, like I told you before, tomorrow when they close it out. But we're dropping our free pick. I know it is the biggest chalk on the board, but we're going to take it -1 Padres at -118 on DraftKings. And if you guys don't have -1 on your book, hit the comments. We can do a little education piece on how you can disperse your money on the money line and the run line to get you a -1 at -118 or these types of situations in the future. So if you want to learn how to do that, just drop it in the comments. Something about -1 education or something along those lines. We'll get a piece up for you guys.
Yeah, Michael King going for the Padres. He's been sensational this season, sub-3 ERA. Still waiting on Atlanta's pitcher to be announced. Apparently, it's going to be one of 3 guys, Ian Anderson, Bryce Elder, Smith-Shawver. We'll see which of the 3 gets the nod. Either way, if you're the Braves, you were hoping to have Sale or Fried in this position today, just adds even more to this spot here for San Diego to cover that -1 for us.
Yeah, I mean, San Diego's been kind of chilling too. The last real important game was about 7 days ago. So they have played their starters off and on in that last series against the D-backs, but they're well rested. They're motivated. The city's on fire. Give me the Padres -1 all day.
That's the free bet for you guys. That's the rapid fire breakdown. Scott, what should they do if they want the rest of the MLB reads for the first day of the wild card?
Yep, we're going 3-0. We got a 3-0 promo. I like 3 spots. Outside of that Padres game is free. So we're going 3-0 today, or we're giving you the MLB season for free, or I should say playoffs and World Series for free. And put the link below here in the YouTube comments. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the playoffs. Just a great time in sports. MLB October and NFL college football. Great time to be alive.
Great time to be a sports bettor. We got all kinds of day games going on this week until football is back in action. Make sure you guys take advantage of that 3-0 promo. Other than that, we got a P-Dub report coming out for you guys. We got an NFL free pick for week 5 coming out for you guys, and a lot more baseball free bets. Make sure you guys keep up with the content this week. Scott, let's keep it rolling.
And man, don't forget to cash that Jags free pick ticket from last week, baby.
Yes, sir. Cast the Jags +7 last week's free bet. Cast the one before with Indy. What's that? Is this 3 straight or 4 straight we're going for this week?
I think we're going three straight. I could be wrong though. 3 straight, potentially 4 straight, whatever it is. But we're cashing again, and we'll get that free pick out probably by the end of the day for the week.
Guys, on the way to the book to cash the next one. So make sure you guys go stay tuned for that. Other than that, Scott, how about we get a Let's Go P-Dub Nation in here?
Let's go! Get fired up. P-Dub Nation. You guys have a beautiful day. Enjoy MLB all day. Let's go.